We're live looking at your arm.
Hello,
Hello, Sacred
YTPC and Sacred Leaf Society. Welcome and welcome.
Yes. Well,
welcome.
As you've seen, let me get my comments going here and pause this video.
I'm moving close to you here, Matt.
All right. So, as you're seeing us now, that means the test was a success. I don't know what happened to the first episode, why it did what it did. Hopefully we don't have that problem come up again. So we're going to get on with this episode.
Yep.
First we'll go over what we're smoking today. We both got some different things going on. I've got my go-to, Sir Walter Raleigh.
And I've got one of my mini go-tos. I'm currently smoking some 7C's Red in my little red right here. This is my dedicated cherry pipe. I think everyone should have one, especially if you like cherry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but the blends I come across, the cherry blends I come across, they're really strongly coated, and I bet you anything it'll leave some ghosting, especially mixing it with other tobaccos.
But getting back to where we're at now, Catholic Pipe Stutter graciously decided to host this episode just because this month has been such a crazy month, and I didn't want the month to get biased without us putting out an episode. So we decided to go ahead and just go with what we got today, and got some changes coming along with the set, the regular set of Sacred Leaf Society. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
And we'll see what's behind the curtain.
Yeah. It's Quaker Piper.
Hi, YouTube Piper community. Quaker Piper of the Sacred Leaf.
Okay. So, how was everybody's February?
It's marching on.
We're coming up to it. Yeah, we talked about, me and Dave talked about, the International Pipe Smoking Day. And we wanted to bring that up and talk a little bit about, about that and see what everybody else did for theirs. And be interested to see how y'all celebrated and brought in the greatest day of the year.
Mm-hmm. International Pipe Smoking
So far.
Day.
It's not February. Okay, well, it's not February anymore where Quaker Piper is. It's February. It's
Where is
the
he
last
at?
day. I'm not sure. You have to let us know where you are. Quaker Piper says he comes from the future.
Gotcha. So Australia.
I don't know, but we need to get some lotto numbers from him or something like that.
Exactly.
Oh, Europe land. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're ahead of us. So, unfortunately for me, this year I was sick and busy at work at the same time during International Pipe Smoking Day, so I didn't really get to celebrate it. What did you do? What kind of stuff commemorate the day?
I made me a YouTube video, smoked quite a few pipes, enjoyed an evening smoke in my Peterson Christmas edition.
Okay.
And just had an all-around decent day.
The Peterson Christmas touch with you when you come over to do mantles or anything.
That is a very special occasion pipe.
Oh, okay.
But in particular, my house is coming up out there,
Right.
and I'm still debating. I want to make a pipe, and I'm like, I want to open a tin of specialist tobacco I have. Still need to decide what, and then me and you are gonna live mantle it up.
Oh, when you get your
on my new back porch.
Mm-hmm. He's had a little bit of trouble with the rain and everything that's been in this area.
I'm cursing the skies right now.
But when it comes to this, the International Pipe Smoking Day, I always think about if you follow Mutton Chop Piper, one of the ideas that he had about having a specific special blend that you only bring out for International Pipe Smoking Day, and a pipe that you smoke it in that you only bring out for International Pipe Smoking Day. And I was wondering if any.
Oh man. Hello.
Are we back? Okay.
You gotta love technical difficulties.
Oh yeah. But I like doing it. Like now, we're gonna do some closed videos that we're just gonna post and everything. But I really like doing the live things. This is a little bit more structured than like the OTC Piper and Catholic Pipes that are park mantles, where anything really goes. Lady Piper, hey Lady Piper.
Hey, hello.
She just joined my channel, and I'm glad to have Lady Piper come along from Idaho. All right, Idaho, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and thanks for the like and comment on my video earlier. Really appreciate it.
Anyways, well, like I was saying before, we had a little connection issue. Is what Mutton Chop Piper said about having a special blend and a special pipe.
Katie.
Katie. Okay, good to meet you.
Welcome, Katie.
I was just wondering if anyone else has come across that video or that idea and thought about maybe what that would be. I know I'm kind of boring. I like a lot of as my name suggests, the over-the-counter blends and antique pipes and everything like that. I haven't really thought about, or I have thought about it, but I haven't really come to a decision. What would that be if I were to take a blend that would be something that I would dedicate only to that day? Have you thought about that?
International Pipe Smoking Day? Yes. And it actually was my 40th until I opened it a few months ago.
Oh, the 40th?
Yeah, so I don't have a dedicated tobacco at the moment. What I did this past one was enjoyed a pipe, a very nice pipe I have that means a lot to me that I just rarely use. So, yeah.
Let me relight here. So, yeah, I was thinking if I were to find something that's maybe a little bit harder to get your hands on, if I'm able to get an amount, of that, even if it's a small amount, I would set that back, jar it up, and set it back, and probably dedicate a real nice pipe to that.
Yep, exactly.
So, Fireplug has joined us. Fireplug 1701D.
Welcome,
Still love that name.
Fireplug. Yep.
So glad to have Fireplug come along. So,
what was that? Scotty said in that episode, "No bloody A,
no bloody D."
B.
Yeah, that's probably
reminds me of that.
more for the park mantles when we get into nerddom and all that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's he puts out some good videos. Everybody here puts out some good videos.
Oh yeah, love them all.
So that's good. So, as always, as a part of our episodes here, we'd like to know what you're smoking on, what you're really liking right now. I'm trying to get an event coordinated with Tobacco Cabana to do an on location at Tobacco Cabana.
How's that going?
Well, I'm still in the process of trying to square that away with them. So hopefully we'll be able to have a good on location episode there. Let's see what we got. Oh, he says he puts up long videos. Yeah, but that's okay. Some people put on short videos. Some people put on long videos.
I prefer the longer videos.
Yeah, I like
because
just the same.
Most videos are about 10, 15 minutes. And by that time, if someone's telling a good story, I'm just getting into it, you know? So, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with longer videos.
Yeah, and I think this channel is part of the YouTube pipe community, so talking about some of these things as far as types of videos and everything like that fits right into where where we're going with this Sacred Leaf Society, because it is all part of the YouTube pipe community, and it's just a way to support the other members and embrace the different types of presentations that get put out, so. And I like the people, I like the presenters that put a lot of their their own personalities and all their interests in it as well. I prefer to watch less longer videos than more short videos. So you like you like more shorter videos, I mean, fewer longer videos rather than a lot of short videos. Okay.
Yeah, there's a fine
Yes.
line for me, but it depends on the topic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of things. If it's more like a technical thing, like a how-to video or something,
Right.
I kind of like it straight and to the point.
Yeah.
But if it's more like a storytelling thing, I don't mind it being a bit longer because I want to get as much detail as possible.
Or you're already drawn into it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm already drawn. So, I mean, to me, it depends on the content, of course.
Yeah, that's a good point, Fireplug. Yeah, he said I create videos for people to have a bowl to, and that's good. That's
Right on.
That's one thing that's good about the longer videos, is you sit there and smoke a pipe, you know, and be a part of the conversation with them. So, yeah,
Yeah.
Quaker Piper agrees, and
Yeah, that's a cool thing to run a video on, like on one of our channels. One of the next videos, like I'm gonna light this pipe here, and when it goes out, that's when the video can be over.
Yeah, right.
This video's good until the bowl's done.
So a bowl, not a cigarette. LOL. Yep, that's true.
That is very true.
I like that. So
Yeah, if I'm scrolling through any YTPC videos and I see someone light a cigarette, I'll just move on. I want to watch pipers. You know, a cigar is always great.
Right.
You know, but for cigarettes, yeah.
And I'm building up a starter set for an officer that just joined our team at the PD, and mentioned watching my channel, and I didn't even realize that, and so I'm building up a starter set. So hopefully I'll be able to unveil that, and may not do a video necessarily, may do some Instagram work on that, but that's kind of part of what this community is. Whether that officer ever does any presentations or anything like that, it's getting someone started in piping that shows, even to be remotely interested in that. So we got some more comments coming. Let me check those out. Jimmy Tabaki is with us now.
Welcome, welcome.
How you guys doing? Congratulations on the launch. I just got some Comoy's cast number 4. Heard about from an old soul that had never tried it. I'm loving the blends. Definitely in my top 10.
What
I don't
number
think I'm Comoy cask number 4.
I hadn't heard of that.
Forget which one that I have. I don't think I have the number 4. You have to let us know how you like it. Be sure to chime in on this on any thoughts you have on it.
Now, Burley Flake number 4.
Yeah,
That's
I'm about to try some of that.
That's a whole different ballgame.
I wanted to start light and move up to that because Dave said that in a previous video on Catholic Pipesteader on his channel that it was a little bit powerful for him.
Extremely, yes.
So one of the things about me and Dave is what overpowers one doesn't overpower the other. It's really weird because old Joe Krantz has that effect on me, but it does not affect him like it affects me.
It was very enjoyable.
And it was Medal of Valor didn't have any effect on me, and as far as the overpowering, as far as it overpowering me, but it lit him up pretty good. So I'm going to try this and see if that is still the case.
It does take a bit. Probably halfway through the bowl, you'll start feeling something.
Okay, Fireplug. Four-eyed Zach does that with his live stream that lasts for one bowl. Yep. Yeah, Four-eyed Piper does some good content as well. If anyone hasn't found his channel, I'd go look for that. He's an interesting guy as well. So, but old Joe Krantz, yeah, that's that was one of my. I want to say it's my first Cornell and Deal that I purchased, if I'm not mistaken. And I saw it in a brick and mortar, and I had never read any reviews on it. I prefer to try things a lot of times before I read reviews on it because I don't want someone else's opinions to be a determining factor for me when I'm trying something. And I tried it, and it was very good, but man, I'm telling you, that first bowl got me. It was really good, though. So I started using that in like the smaller pipes or a taster pipe to where I can enjoy the quality of it but I don't have so much loaded in there to overpower me as much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Quaker Power said after smoking a tin of Old Joe Krantz and or brown, I guess that's the Burley Flake #4. You won't ever be hit by the nick again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, have you tried Burley #4? Because my goodness, it hit me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I mentioned, like I can't even keep it on me anymore because I'm just like every time I smoke it, I'm like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
It literally to me right now, when I'm in the mood to smoke, it has to be like a bedtime thing.
Yeah.
Like after the pipe, I go to bed because that's pretty much all I can do.
Yeah. Oh, Sam Gall with brown
Oh, okay.
#4. Okay.
Gotcha. A lot of #4s coming into play.
Yeah. So, but Dave mentioned cellaring it for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's going to do good for him because it'll mellow out some, probably gain some sweetness and everything with that. And as far as this, cellaring and everything like that goes, one of the blends that we're gonna feature today is one of my custom blends that on my channel OTC Piper. I mentioned it when I first created it a while back, and after I cellared it for a while, it got better in a lot of ways, and we're going to go over that here in just a second.
It is delicious.
Next bowl that we load. Dave, you want to try some of this?
I will smoke it again. Yes.
He'll try some of this. I'm going to try some of that Burley Flake while he does that.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about how I created this and why and what has happened after cellaring it for a while.
Yeah.
So that's going to be coming up here in just a few minutes.
And when I had a bowl of this before the show started, I was like, man, Matt, you got some tobacconist qualities in you. Probably should just start you up a shop.
Yeah. Mature Virginias, okay. And Louise and a Perique, okay. I guess you're talking about the #4 you've got, Jimmy?
Excuse me.
Up here. What is I decided I was going to brick and mortar that I'm talking about Tobacco Cabana that I'm trying to set up a time with them to do an on location video for Sacred Leaf Society. They have a wall full of jars. Like a lot of brick and mortars have if you have one that in your area that has a large supply of bulk tobaccos. And just decided I wanted to put together a custom blend, something that I've never really had before. And so I decided I wanted to do a aromatic Latakia based tobacco. There are a few of them out there, but it's not as common. So I was looking through everything they had there, trying to group everything together. Didn't really want to go with the fruity or the berry flavors. So what I did is I went with a nutty coffee infused type flavorings, and I call this because based on Latakia and coffee flavors. I've called it English. I figured was trying to do with it. But it's one. I mean, it's let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 components. It's a blend of 5 different components, and just for the ease of blending, I just did it in equal parts, which is 1 ounce or 1 ounce part. So it's a total of 5 ounces when I bought it. One black coffee and 1 caramel, and I'll let what he thinks about it, and I'll talk about the effects of it.
It is delicious, by the way. The right flavors I think come through. Not too harsh.
Okay.
It's not a strong flavor like, I don't know, like you're drinking a Coke or something,
Right.
or whatever. But it's also not lacking. I don't know how to put it, but and the room note is actually fantastic as well. So this is a blend I will definitely.
What I've noticed, and that's interested in blends and doing some custom blends, one thing to keep in mind is that it's a patience game, because this blend is coming to its own more with the cellaring than with the blended components. Because I say that when I first bought it and mixed it up, I wasn't quite as taken with it as I am now, because everything was just one big blur of flavorings. When you cellar it, the flavors of the different blends kind of mesh together and meld together. And what I noticed was a lot of these, a lot of the flavorings or the aromatic flavorings in the other components were kind of just fighting for their way to the top. So it was just kind of hard to really make a good distinction. So as I've cellared it for a few months now, one thing about aromatics is when you cellar them, the aromatic quality you kind of want to. What happened with this one is, to me, is not a bad thing, because the flavor is still there.
Mm-hmm.
The flavor is still there. It's just not fighting with the other ones quite as much. So you get a good blend, a good Asian coffee that with cigar. Dave here really likes a job with cigars that are coffee infused. If you like that kind of thing, that doesn't go away necessarily when you with this blend, with this mixture that I've made.
The coffee almond really comes through.
The coffee and the almond. I thought that those with the caramel would complement each other, but it's still based on a Latakia forward blend. So.
And I don't get a lot of caramel.
You don't get a lot of that? Well, I still get a little bit of that in the sweetness. There was probably more of that when I first blended it.
Yeah.
Now that everything's kind of fallen into place, and every palate's going to be a little bit different. But that's something that I learned in doing this, is that it is definitely a patience game. So I'm going to let him finish, or get going with that one, and I'm going to try some of this number 4.
No, yes, be prepared. Now, you're talking about blending. It's good timing, because the other day I was listening to the podcast for Pipes Magazine.
Okay.
And he interviewed the head tobacconist for Cornell and Deal. And it was just fascinating, the stuff he said. Like, for example, he would buy, for Cornell and Deal, for each blend, he would buy 3 to 4 years worth of tobacco for each blend.
Okay.
And the host, his name just slips me right now. I'll know it if you say it, but he's like, man, it must be
And you have that over there?
What? Oh yeah, it must be crazy trying to keep that tobacco from aging, sitting in the warehouse. He's like, it is a whole different ball game than tobacco sitting out versus vacuum sealed tin tobacco.
Okay, yeah.
He's like, it ages and melds and blends much better in a sealed container than it does in a warehouse. The flavor doesn't change much throughout the years in a warehouse.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's interesting. But when you're talking about mixing, he said this cool tip for mixing. He's like, when you're mixing a bowl of different tobaccos, if you're checking for moisture content, get it and put it into a ball. If it stays a ball, it's too moist.
Okay.
If it just falls completely apart, too dry. You want it to just kind of expand.
Right.
And go. He's like, that's how you know it's at the right moisture and ready to give out.
That's good.
I was like, that's awesome. I was like, I really enjoyed that episode.
Never would have really thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy shared so much knowledge. It was just unreal. It's actually, I think, the latest episode.
Okay.
If you want to check out
I'll have to
Magazine.
go check that out. Pipes Magazine.
Mm-hmm. That's all I do when I drive. The days I drive to work, I just listen to Pipe podcasts. Yeah, Maple City, Pipe and Tamper, Pipes Magazine, Country Squire, of course. Yeah. I like those guys. Which one of the co-hosts, Bo, he is moving to Texas.
Oh yeah.
Houston. Yeah, but he says he's still going to do the show. I'm like, there you go.
That's cool. bear with me while
Yeah. What do you think of
I
that
load this
broken
up.
flake? I think it's pretty good.
Well, this is the
quality.
first time that I've tried this particular blend, and as we were discussing while we were setting up, I don't do a lot of first impressions. Um, a lot of times, a lot of the reason being that when I get ready to present something, I want to really know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you want to smoke it a few times.
And so that I can put out something that's completely thought through. Because a lot of times it'll change as I progress through the bowl and things like that. See, now your pipe puffing on that one, I'm kind of getting some of the caramel in the room note.
Yeah, the room note's fantastic on this, and I definitely get the hints of chocolate. I mean, not chocolate, coffee.
Coffee.
Yep.
All right, so this is the Cornell and Dill Burley Flake number 4.
Smells great. Got that grassy smell.
Let's see what's in this.
Burley.
A blend of dark and light burleys. Here's their balance of spice, body, cool smoking characteristics. Fragrant Cyprian Latakia is then added along with an impeccable measure of red Virginia for a touch of sweetness. Okay, the Virginia and the Latakia, I'm smelling those because I was thinking, burley flake. I was thinking of just a pure burley, and I thought, well, that smells kind of spicy. But it's some of that Latakia that's in there, and I can smell some of the Virginia rising up in it as well.
Yeah.
So let's just see. I got a full pipe going, ready to go here. I might pack that just a little tight.
Yeah. Yeah, are there any, have y'all, tried y'all's hands at, like mixing blends? Have y'all had some successes, failures? I've had, nothing but failures when I try to, mix blends. But, I want to say because of my, noobness, I don't know what you call it. I mixed the blend and then I smoked it. I did not let it sit and age and meld.
Okay.
And this was all well before I saw Mutton Chop's videos on tobacco blending. So I was just literally just blending tobacco together. That was a new technique there, Matt. Use a lighter to light a match to light your pipe.
I'll try to use a match when I can. It's just my thing.
Yeah.
I keep a lighter just in case I'm ever in windy conditions. But it's kind of along the cigar spills that we discussed in our first video that we put out.
Yeah. Open that door.
We're back. Problems we've been having.
Let me move on. Sorry.
Now we're back. We'll see if we can keep this going.
I opened the door, see if that, help let the signal in. That's my country way of thinking right there. So we'll see.
Don't love this. We'll see. We'll see if it likes me.
Yeah.
But as I've stressed and commented on so often that people are probably tired of hearing me say it, being more for the straightforward blends, not the aromatics. I gravitate to something like this.
Take the Mississippi River, and that's a big thank you to you for introducing me to it. My new favorite blend.
Yep.
Ray, when you mentioned it, I was some plum pudding, and I completely forgot. I was so excited cigars I got.
Yep.
And I completely forgot about the plum pudding.
Experience the rest of the bowl. I'll be able to give you more because I'm talking so much.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting ready to do some, this is the beginning stages of Sacred Leaf Society. We're tossing up some ideas on our set design. There have been some people that were gracious enough to leave some comments on the other one based on their expertise and all that, and we're very grateful to have that along.
Ideas.
We're always willing to take that to heart.
Any kind of constructive criticism, bring it.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to make this show the best it can be for y'all.
And just and we've already established we got connectivity issues. We're gonna, that's just kind of about where we're at right now on this on location. And that's the thing with a lot of on location stuff is you're exposing yourself to things that aren't, or a departure from the norm. So that just kind of goes with the territory of it all. But we're looking at set design, and we were thinking about and very strongly considering turning the because right now where we currently do that is in my smoke lounge, smoke shop area. Is using the that houses the Sacred Leaf Society nook, and I'm doing some rearranging and thought about that because it definitely sets the mood that we're trying to go for with the Sacred Leaf Society. So we've got some stuff coming along on that front as well. So the March episode.
That'll work.
That's what we do. We have a little coffee table between us. A lot of people believe that, or don't believe. I mean, that they made the comment, and I agree that it was a little bit too wide and put it incorporated.
If it makes a flame, I've got it.
Yeah. And on my videos I use a match because I'm in a place where I can use a match. And that's just kind of my when we do our live streams. To do something here, and I kind of like being able to move around a little bit and do some stuff.
Oh yeah, always growing. Talk about pipes and tobacco, and pretty much been.
Yeah, they said where weed is bad.
Outside and sit outside.
Oh well, done. If it continues, it sounds like auto-tuned. If it continues to be a problem, we can sign off and finish everything and post that later.
Yep.
So we, definitely want to get off to as good a start as we can. It's just where we're at here in this rural area may be giving us some trouble. Might be something good to know going forward that we have trouble with our live stream. Just something to do all the time. I like your command center. I keep saying it the wrong way. I like your command center. He's got a good spread that he's developing out here. We've done a little walk around the property, and it's a really good place. Hopefully, we can defeat the issues that we're having right now to be able to do more from this area on some other locations.
Maybe get T-Mobile to build another tower out
Maybe
here.
So. And then they got the 5G 5G thing coming up that's been all the rage in the in the YouTube.
You know, that 5G,
communities.
that's supposed to be going to give the ISPs a run for their money. Because 5G will be able to
we can do. Okay, a few minutes.
yeah.
So we apologize for the see that. 'Cause he's had no problems working remotely, and we look forward to doing many more great things and having you come along and be a part of that. So
Right on.
we're gonna sign off with this, as long as we have the ability to get on here and do that. Just wishing everybody all the best. Okay, Sacred Relief Society, keep the embers glowing.